What's up everybody, it's CJ, and I'm back with another Plesantville renovation video. So today, we're going to be furnishing the science lab in the world. This has been on my list of lots to furnish for a really long time, and I'm finally getting around to it. I'm honestly having so much fun furnishing, and even building my own community lots. So the other day on my channel, I built a Halloween store, and then even in this series, last week we furnished a fire department, so I have been having a lot of fun with these community lots lately. Now, I was kind of inspired by a previous build of mine for this furnishing. So you may remember I did a video a couple of weeks ago where every house was a different occult, and I kind of made like a little occult village. One of the houses that we got were for a plumbot, and plumbots are from Into the Future. They are the robots that you can make and play with and stuff. So I was kind of inspired by that build. However, that build was more sterile looking. It was more like white and kind of, I don't want to say modern, but maybe like white and futuristic. And I didn't really like that idea for this build in the long run. So like, as you can see now, we still kind of have some of that idea. We have lighter wallpaper, there's brick accents, we have the nice tile on the floor, the stairs are still white, but as I was placing objects down and just looking, I was like, I don't know, it's nice, but it was looking kind of boring. So I was like, maybe we can add a little bit of color in here. So I went with the blue wallpaper instead of like a white, or beige wallpaper. As you can see now, I'm placing down a lot of sciencey type of objects. I wanted a lot of skill building objects on this lot, and I also wanted some stuff that kind of looks sciencey, if that makes sense. We have the chemistry tables from Generations, and your Sims can build a logic skill off of those. We have the inventing table from Ambitions. We have these little like sciencey chair things from University. I'm pretty sure your Sims can like gain a skill off of those, or like a skill point from using those. So I wanted to put some of those in here as well. And then now, as you can see, I'm placing down some by debug lights. I honestly had no idea what to do with the top floor, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So this is the point of the video where I'm like recoloring everything. Like honestly, y'all, I had to keep pausing the recording a lot because I wanted to kind of put a lot of clutter in here. Like I feel like this lab is pretty much new. Like maybe it was built like, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. It's very new. I think however they got the funding for it, they went all out. The scientists went all out, y'all. They have new equipment, they have nice stuff like dry erase boards, and they have skeleton models. Like they are in the money. But I think they do a lot of good for the community and for, like the scientific community. So, I think it's worth it, them having like a really nice lab here. I had to kind of remind myself though that this is a community lot and not just like a home. So I had to put down the rabbit hole rugs. So the whole thing about rabbit hole rugs, if you don't already know, they're these rug objects. They're like CC, but they basically take the place of a rabbit hole. So think of like in the base game for Sims 3 or just any world. If you want to go to the science facility, you click on the symbol or you click on the building, your Sims go in and disappear. Well, rabbit hole rugs are basically those buildings, but just in rug format. So basically you don't need to have like the big shell building. You could just have a rug. So I had to remind myself to kind of place that down. At first I was going to put it in the corner. You'll see a little bit. I was going to put it in a corner, but then I was like, no, I didn't really like it there. So I ended up putting it by the front door. Yeah, and as you can see me now, I'm just like cluttering up the space a little bit. I thought about using these little like holographic plants. I kind of forgot they were in the game until I did that video about the like with the occult village. I was like, oh yeah, we do have these little hollow plants. I just wish that there was a greater variety of the plant types that you could make with it, because you can only do like a couple of them, like dogwood and the snake plant and like the bamboo plant and stuff like that. But I wish there was like some more variety with them. But the cool thing is you can make them pretty much like whatever color you want. So I kind of want some different colors for this one, just to kind of bring in some more, pops here and there. And then I forgot about this plumbot machine. So I was like, I gotta put this somewhere. So I put it upstairs. Sometimes when I build stuff in The Sims, I'll come across an object that I know I want to use later, so I'll move it off to the side, or I'll put it in a different room so I don't forget about it. So I moved it upstairs, and then this is just me now trying to put some extra lighting in here. So Into the Future honestly came in clutch, y'all. I used a lot of Into the Future. I kind of forgot too, but Into the Future has these paneled light objects. So there's different pieces, but they're like meant to kind of like put like lighting on the wall. So we have like top pieces, bottom pieces, corner pieces. There's even like light panels you can place down. So I put a lot of those like panel lights at the top just to kind of add some more, I don't know, like detail, pizzazz, whatever you want to call it in here. And then I also forgot, but in the by debug, you can find these like galaxy posters from Into the Future, or like asteroid pictures, like space pictures. I think if you go to the observatory, or it's like one of the rabbit holes Into the Future, if you go to one of them, you can like get little prints And I was like, oh, I have got to use those. Like, most of the worlds that I play in, it doesn't have that rabbit hole, so I never have my Sims, you know, get them at all. But it was kind of nice to be able to use them in this build, because I was like, you know what, these scientists would obviously have pictures of space, or like asteroids, or like the sun or something, or a planet. Oh yeah, so this is what I was telling y'all about the rabbit hole rug. Yeah, I was gonna put it by the front door, but then I was like, maybe I could put it in a corner over here. But then I was like, no, because this little corner is like the perfect space for like a lobby or a waiting room. So I was like, why don't I just, first of all, just recolor the rugs? So whenever I place down rabbit holes, I try to make them appear to be obvious so you can kind of see where they are, because you can click on them to, like, you know, I don't know, go to work or to donate something to science. But you can also click on the building, I believe. But I try to like have them be in an obvious space just so you know where they are. I moved it by the front door. I was trying to like use this table. I need to playtest this lot, by the way, y'all, just to make sure your Sims can still get in and out of this space. But I wanted to really use that long table because I wanted to put some stuff up there like jetpacks and some clutter. So I turned move objects on to move this table where it is now. I feel like your Sims should still be able to get in the building and use the rabbit hole rug, but I want to playtest just to be sure. So if it's moved or deleted, that's why. I also forgot that I wanted to put a bathroom down here as well. So I was like, I really shouldn't clutter up this waiting room area too much. So I put a couple of sectional objects from Into the Future. I put like a little end table in the corner with a plant on top of it. And then for the bathroom, y'all, I was like, ooh, what can I use? And then I forgot, like, I don't know. I don't really ever use Into the Future stuff anyway. So I saw like this really cool door and I was like, man, I really want to use that door. It's a 2-tile door, and for whatever reason, I could not put it on this space with move objects turned off. I don't know if it's because the room was too small or there was an object in the way or something. So as you can see now, I'm like moving stuff back and forth. But then in the end, I was like, I would rather the bathroom be functional than to look cool. So I used the door from the Ambitions pack. This one is, I think, like one of the cheapest ones in the game. It's not the cheapest one, but it's one of the cheapest ones. So I put that in here, and it's a 1-tile door, so it doesn't really take up that much space, you know. But for the bathroom, I forgot that Into the Future has a lot of cool stuff. So there's like a couple of like bathroom objects with that pack. So one of them you have is the all-in-one bathroom, and some other packs have that, like the movie stuff and Island Paradise have all-in-one bathrooms. Basically, your Sims can go in and use the bathroom, and they can also get clean at the same time, and they're really convenient because they take a lot less space than, like, you know, having a bunch of stuff. But the thing is, there's also this other object. I put it over there on the wall. It's a shower, but it bathes your Sims with sound waves. So like your Sims would stand in front of it and like the sound waves clean them. And I was like, come on now, I have got to use that instead. Like, yeah, the all-in-one bathroom is nice, but come on now, you're getting clean with sound waves? I feel like that's something that a scientist would either invent or like buy from another scientist or something. And I feel like, you know, maybe, you know, if they get dirty or something like that, or if they get like a little stinky or whatever, they can definitely come in here and like be clean with sound waves. Like, that's so cool to me. Like, I kind of forget that's an object in the game because I don't really use Into the Future that much. My Sims definitely don't go into the future, and I just don't really use it that much. I used to always make my Sims make plumb bots. They're really cool. Like, I'm telling you, if you have Into the Future, y'all, there's some cool things you can do. The whole thing about plumb bots are that they're robots, but they have specialized trait chips that you can make for them, and you can basically have them be different types of Sims. So like, you can make them garden if you want to, you can make them cook, you can make them take care of your children. So they're really multifaceted in that way. So whenever I would make them, I would always have them have like the cleaning tray so they can clean the house. I had one where they would take care of the children and garden for me. So yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with the plumb bots. So yeah. But yeah, so as you can see now, this is just me trying to clutter up this little like waiting room area, you know. So I put like that table with a plant on it. You saw earlier I put a couple of those like galaxy space posters in here. Like I said, I kind of forgot they were in the game until the other day when I was looking through by debug. I feel like a lot of the posters would probably make more sense like in a bedroom or something like that. But I feel like these scientists definitely would like to have these out. So as you can see, there is this little like nook space by the stair. I put a dresser over there, but I ended up taking the dresser away to put a plumb bot charging station object over there, because I did end up using the plumb bot station, like the little workbench thing. So I have that upstairs. So I was like, maybe if the scientists were to make a plumb bot, maybe if it like is, you know, walking around down here, it would need a space to charge. So I was like, let me just put that in the corner. I almost made like a little mini break room area. So I put like those countertops. I was going to put like a drink synthesizer, but I was like, why don't we just have a break room upstairs instead? So like I said earlier, I did not know what I wanted to do up here, y'all. I was so confused. But then I was like, CJ, just make it into like a break room slash workshop. So as you can see now, I'm putting some railing around this little space. I wish this part was a little bit bigger so I could put some more stuff, but I was trying to make a good use of space. This is another thing that I need to kind of like play test, because with this object you can kind of like get away with like moving it to a wall or moving it off to the side with move objects turned on, but I really want to make sure that your Sims can still make a plumb bot up here. So if the station is moved or deleted, that's probably why, but I'm gonna see if it works before I like make any drastic changes. But as you can see on this side of the room, this is like the break room area, so I'm using pretty much everything from Into the Future. So I have a couple of island countertops in the middle, I have a couple of regular countertops, and I have a couple of bar stools. I could imagine the Sims getting quick meals out of here and eating, or getting a coffee if they're working or something like that. And since this lot has a couple of skill building objects, I would imagine that maybe your Sims might want to come here and get some food, or, you know, drink some coffee or something like that, or build, or whatever the case may be. So I really wanted to make sure that your Sims and or the scientists that work here would have some things that they could use, you know? And then the only other thing I really did upstairs was just add a bunch of clutter. So I used those shelves objects from the Generations pack, and y'all, if you have Generations, I highly suggest using those shelves because they come in a lot of different sizes. I usually end up using either the small size or like the really big size, but you can slot some nice things up there. So right beside the fridge, I put 2 of those Generation shelves, and I tried to put a bunch of clutter. So I have the Plumbot Awards. I have, oh yeah, I also use this little like robot thing. I also put like another futuristic robot up here as well. I also put like a high school diploma. It's supposed to look like a degree, so just imagine it's a degree. I put a medal on the wall as well as some of these like little like science-y like ghost capture objects from the Ambitions pack. But I had a lot of fun furnishing this lot, and I hope that you and your Sims can get some really good use out of it. So if you want to download this, I am going to leave a link down below. But honestly, y'all, that's pretty much everything for the entire video. I am going to leave some screenshots at the end, so, you know, be sure to stick around for those so you can kind of see how the lot will look when you play in it. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like, comment something down below. Follow me over on Twitch where I stream a lot more of The Sims. And if you did not already know, I have a whole playlist of me furnishing the lots in this world. Last week, I furnished a fire department. If you want to see that or any of the other ones, I'll leave a playlist link down below as well. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Thanks for watching!